row 6, Andy Chang from Macau, the only driver born in Macau, living in Macau, racing here in Macau in the World Karting Championship rounds 1, 2, 3 and 4 today and tomorrow. Andy Chang will be on row 6 with Roberto Toninelli of Italy, Senna Irawan of Indonesia and Yuto Shiraishi of Japan, row 7. Teemu Petjoy of Finland and Philo Armand of Indonesia, row 8. The lady of the race, we say well done. Lawrence and myself are gentlemen, so we're going to say good luck. Teresa Gromanova of the Czech Republic. She starts on row 9 with Matthew Waters of Australia, Sean Gelail of Indonesia, and Kwok Chang Chin of Kwok Ching Chan of Hong Kong, completing the top 20 on row 10.
好啦，咁我哋期望已久嘅呢位金普尼斯基咧，咁啊可以話咧就已經咧就係喺前3場嘅賽事已經係得到呢個冠軍㗎啦。咁啊可以話咧今次咧係夾住呢個前3場嘅冠軍咧，向我哋澳門呢邊進發咧，希望爭取係亦都攞埋咧就變咗係4滿貫嘅呢個今年嘅全年嘅車手㗎啦。咁啊頭先第一場咧，因為佢嗰個我哋叫做可能係嗰個時撻字咧撻唔着，所以咧就出唔到場。咁啊第一節出唔到唔緊要，喺第二節再係同各位嘅車迷見面。但係咧而家佢排喺較後啦，最後嗰位咧就係佢又係呢個綠色車嘅，因為佢哋係意大利車隊嘅。咁啊佢嘅頭盔咧就個頭盔嘅頂咧少咗紅色嘅，好易認嘅。咁啊大家車，因為咧我哋發覺啲小型賽車咧就顏色好多相同，但係頭盔咧基本上咧就唔準相同嘅。真係好少相同嘅，只係顏色各方面。咁大家可以認啦，佢個頭頂咧就有一點有個圓形嘅紅色，咁啊有少少喺角位喺個尾嗰度咧，好靚嘅頭盔，有啲立體型啊咁啊，所以大家咧而家啲頭盔嚟講咧，的確係比以前啲靚好多嘅。而家完全個安全度啊各方面咧做得好靚。好啦，各位車手已經進行咗出晒嚟㗎啦，我哋係叫做喺大閘門出咗嚟之後咧，已經排好晒位，咁啊聽後咧。呢個大會嘅安排，咁大家亦都要留意住嘅，因為咧係一模一樣我哋大賽車嘅規矩嘅。喺大閘門出咗嚟之後咧，我哋嘅大閘門閂啦，咁啊出唔到嚟㗎啦。咁啊而家啲車手咧排喺自己頭先第一節嘅位置入邊，咁當然啦，金普尼斯基咧就係比較係頭先冇出，而家排喺較後嘅位置。咁啊呢個唔緊要啊，你一眼睇睇佢技術如何，睇下佢進展，因為有21個圈啊，大家唔好錯過。
Well, I understand that our friends tuning in on CIK TV have now joined us. Welcome to the Cartodrome de Macau. It's a very warm day here. Mind you, that's an Englishman speaking. It would be a warm day to me, I guess, but a little bit breezy, but very good racing conditions. We have a view from the turn 1 very high up in the commentary box. It just has a few limitations, but we do our best, Lawrence Kwok and myself, to bring you an accurate race call. We hope that it will enhance your enjoyment of watching the pictures. Thank you for tuning in online. Those of you here that are at the circuit, you will know what a lovely circuit it is, what a very, very pleasant view and a good racing strip. So, those of you on CIK TV, we don't have a dedicated CIK TV commentary. You just tuned in to the circuit commentary. I'm Ken Walker talking to you in English, and the Cantonese commentary comes from my good friend Lawrence Kwok.
好啦，大家記住啦，喺 CIK 嘅網頁入邊咧可以睇到呢個第2節嘅賽事。呢度咧就係2012年嘅澳門格蘭披治小型賽車嘅錦標賽事，喺澳門中國澳門呢個地方咧係進行㗎。大家喺網頁亦都係聽到我哋嘅英文嘅評述Ken Walker 同埋咧我哋咧係喺廣東話由在下郭寶全咧為大家進行呢個評述嘅，咁大家留意住啦嚇。咁啊可以睇到呢個頻道咧係上網就望到㗎啦 ，CIK 嘅。係呢一個嘅小型賽車 karting 嘅呢個網頁入邊就可以望到。
Well, the race will be over 21 laps. We have had race 1 earlier today, won by Tom Joyner. This is race 2, 2 more races tomorrow, and all drivers' best 3 races count towards the championship total. Tomorrow afternoon, we shall know who is the 2012 CIK FIA World Karting Champion. Well, I said this at the start of the first race. I don't know how nervous these drivers get. Some of them I think are very relaxed, but hey, I'm only the commentator and I get a little bit nervous before the start of the race. 21 laps, and we often have a fair little bit of incident in 21 laps. Hopefully it stays nice and clean racing. We did have a very sporting competition in race 1. It was just disappointing that Flavio Campaneschi, having having qualified to start on the front row, couldn't take his place. I understand the problem was a malfunctioning starting motor. The championship leader came to Macau with a championship lead, but found that his starter motor malfunctioned and he couldn't take the start or race at all at any stage in race 1. 1 minute to go, 1 to go, 1 to go. Well, those of you that are tuned into CIK TV, a reminder that this is the first time that the CIK have broadcast live internet TV coverage of a CIK FIA World Karting Championship round, the 32nd board being shown. So those of you tuned in, you are part of history. Yep, half a minute to go. There's the flag, and race director Michel Voltisberger of France flags the guys away on their opening introductory lap. 21 laps once we're racing. Felici Gioni, who was a non-finisher in race 1, went out at about 3/4 race distance, looking for a lot better this time. Matthew Solomon of Hong Kong, the driver who very, very unlucky in the opening race, also went out. David Foré, 4 times world champion, went out after just 3 laps in the first race. So there's some very, very good drivers at the back. In fact, the last 2 drivers, the back row, is David Foré and Flavio Campaneschi. How strong is that on the back row? But now we look to the front. Tom Joyner is on pole position and is joined on the front row by Max Verstappen. Ben Hanley and Pedro Hiltbrand, row 2. Jordan Lennox Lamb and Takashi Kasai, row 3. Here we go. Oh, and it's a good start by Joyner, and Joyner is also followed by Ben Hanley, so the 2 Brits immediately in a comfortable lead, but Ben Hanley under a lot of pressure from Max Verstappen as we go round the turn 1 hairpin, but Ben Hanley withstands that pressure. But no doubt about it, Tom Joyner comfortably in the lead from now. Pedro Hiltbrand has got himself into 2nd place, I think, there. Pedro Hiltbrand in cart number 17. Those of you viewing on the CIK TV, the blue racing suit is that of Pedro Hiltbrand, who started on the outside of row 2. He's being pursued by Max Verstappen, and Max Verstappen going through and into the 2nd place. So Max Verstappen is getting himself now, within 7 or 8 kart lengths of Tom Joyner. The big thing is that he mustn't let Tom Joyner get away. The message from race 1 was that Tom Joyner had a very, very fast turn of pace. Max Verstappen 2nd now, Pedro Hiltbrand 3rd, Sasaki of Japan 4th, and Ben Hanley 5th. Campaneschi already up to 15th. Campaneschi is already up to 15th from 30th.
哇！經過咧就1個圈咧，已經咧就啲車手咧左穿右插啊，仍然咧25號車啊！呢位英籍嘅車手咧真係醒目啦，一出嚟啊話之你咧已經咧就拋開嚟，反而咧就17啊、25啊、4號啊、41號呢一紮車咧已經喺夾住三人條咁係咁西，睇下你西到我出去，定係我西到你出去？咁啊而家咧剛剛進行咗第2圈咧，就係25號車嘅喬伊納呢個英籍嘅車手排喺第1。36號韋特本排喺第2 ，17號嘅呢個柏道咧嚟自西班牙嘅車手咧排喺第3，第4位置咧就4號嘅直車手佐佐木，第5位置咧就41號車嘅亨利英國嘅車手，第6位置咧應該咧，聰仔已經喺第6位置44號啊鄭明聰啊，非常之好啊佢兼個位，咁啊其他咧2號車咧已經兼咗咧喺中間中游嘅位置。 睇嚟聰仔咧喺呢個中間位置咧夾得好靚啊！
Yes, already a move that by Ben Hanley and Andy Chang up to 6 is tremendously impressive for the locals. But hey, what about the scrap at the front? Tom Joyner being tracked by Max Verstappen. Max just having a little peep on the inside, thinks better of it, goes down to the hairpin, goes inside this time, Tom Joyner, and takes the lead. Max Verstappen takes the lead early on lap 4. Max Verstappen, who was 7 or 8 kart lengths behind Tom Joyner at one stage, has gone into the lead early on lap 4 and has already put a couple of kart lengths between himself and the early leader Tom Joyner. Lawrence, you've spotted something. Okay, Flavio Camponeschi is in the top 10 according to Lawrence Klock's early association with the number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you could be right. But this is certainly Max Verstappen coming round in the lead to start lap 5.
好啦，咁啊而家見到成扎車咧啱啱過嚟咧，見到睇下2號車，仍然都喺第12位，都未係去到係前10位置。咁但係咧，阿聰咧就非常之好啦，已經咧喺第6嘅位置。咁啊，其他嘅車手啊，阿韋納本咧，頭先喺我哋嘅法甲灣啊，見到25號稍為細啫，即刻過咗佢啊！而家排喺首位咧，就反而36號車嘅韋特本。跟住第2位咧，先係到翻25號車嘅喬伊納。咁啊睇嚟咧，第2節咧就鬥得仲更加比第1節更加係鬥得難分難解。4號車嘅呢個日籍嘅車手咧，左無右加入戰圍已經排第3㗎啦。反而41號車嘅英國車手亨利啦，同埋17號嘅呢一個西班牙車手柏道咧，係僅次於係4、5位置。咁啊第6位置咧就鄭永聰。
Well, Max Verstappen was twice in the lead in race 1 earlier today and was twice overtaken. First, I think, by Ben Hanley, then by Tom Joyner, but there's a certain grit and determination now in Max Verstappen. He's got himself 2.5 kart lengths lead over Tom Joyner in second place. Tom Joyner's certainly not been blown away, nothing like that. But you have to say that Max Verstappen looking very, very solid. In third place, Sasaki has got a real look about him this time that was not there in race 1 today. Far sharper, the Japanese guy. And Ben Hanley in fourth place, fairly close too. But, and Ben Hanley coming underneath Sasaki. And I think that I've put the fluence on Sasaki. Said how good he was. He's lost third place. It's Ben Hanley up into third place early on lap 7. So heading towards the 1/3 race distance. Can't believe that we've got 1/3 of the race gone. It's all happened. Max Verstappen, having taken that lead from Tom Joyner, has not shaken off the Brit. And Tom Joyner is within 1.5 kart lengths of him. Seeing a black flag, I think, being waved down there, although since I'm a little bit colourblind, that might be a green flag after the yellow. That's the more likely explanation. What I can tell you for sure is that this is the start of lap 8. Flavio Camponeschi is in the top 10. Max Verstappen leads from Tom Joyner, making quick progress since he passed Daichi Sasaki. Is Ben Hanley in third place, Sasaki fourth, Hiltbrand fifth, Andy Chang of Macau in kart 44 is running sixth. A wonderful effort by the youngster, far less experienced than most of these guys. Jordan Lennox-Lam, I think, was 7th, and Kian Fothergill of Australia was running in 8th place. This is lap 8.
好啦，大家要留意住咧呢個2號嘅呢個意大利嘅車手咧，喺前3個回合入邊咧喺外邊嘅賽事啊，因為要鬥幾場㗎。咁啊，而家第4場二次嚟澳門，前3場咧呢個2號車嘅金寶尼斯基咧已經咧係喺頭先最後嘅位置，而家咧晉升到咧就係前9位置，一路仲係上升緊嘅。咁啊，見到阿聰仔咧仍然係緊守喺第6嘅位置。好啦，而家1、2、3、4、5、6咧位置都冇乜特別大變動。第1位置咧就36號嘅荷蘭嘅車手韋特本，第2位置咧就25號車嚟自英國嘅呢個車手咧就喬伊納。咁啊第3位置咧應該咧就係輪到咧41號車啦。咁啊41號車嘅英國車手肯尼咧已經過咗日籍嘅車手咧Sasaki㗎，Sasaki咧已經喺第4位置。第5位置咧就17號嘅車手柏道呢個西班牙車手。第5位置咧就係 第5位置就係柏道，第6位置咧就係鄭明聰嘅。咁啊睇嚟咧，見到2號車咧已經咧又過咗一個頭，已經咧進佔喺第8位置，第7位置咧就係12號車嘅呢個凌樂啊，亦都係英國嘅車手。咁啊睇嚟咧佢一個一個咁爬翻上嚟，睇下可唔可以追到前面。而家咧已經咧係進入第9個圈，向第10個圈方面進發。哇！佢哋時間咧都好快，46秒550啊！呢個係第一個最快最靚嘅時間，但係咧個咧都做到45秒幾㗎嚇。
Well, Tom Joyner in second place, really putting the pressure on Max Verstappen. At the moment, there's a couple of kart lengths between them, but moments ago it looked as if Tom Joyner might have been lining up a move, but the teenage Dutchman was able to resist that challenge, and in fact, Tom Joyner looks over his shoulder. That's often a prelude to a potential pass, but Verstappen is wheel perfect. Into the serpentine, the left-hand hairpin no problem, the right-hand hairpin to the bottom part of the circuit. This is the lowest part of the circuit, but Tom Joyner is threatening. This is lap 11 of a 21-lap race, so we're moving into the second half of the race. Max Verstappen has not yet been challenged by Tom Joyner, but Joyner looks to be getting closer. They sweep right-handed onto the home straight. This is the end of lap 11, the start of lap 12. Let's just stay with these two. Momentarily out of sight. Now, there's a little bit of a gap. Does Joyner go for it? Yes, he does, and Joyner takes the lead. Tom Joyner takes the lead at the start of lap 12. Tom Joyner in front of Max Verstappen with Ben Hanley third.
哇！25號嘅呢個喬伊納咧，認真有耐性啊，唔怕一路啄住你睇你有冇出錯，就喺八架灣見到你稍為歪歪地啊，阿韋特本我又過翻嚟啦，哇都冇咁易啊，真係啄住你尾就有排你驚啦。不過而家我見緊咧，聰仔都幾驚啊，因為咧2號啊，阿金寶尼斯基咧已經咧一路啄住鄭明聰噶啦，睇法咧。而家咧就係有機會咧，鄭明聰咧已經又跌咗一格喎，喺翻第7位置，比12號車嘅另外一位嘅英籍嘅車手咧，凌樂咧就過咗去嘅。咁樣睇法咧，阿聰仔你要加把勁啊，因為咧你已經咧跌到第8位。
Max Verstappen goes out. Max Verstappen goes out. He's stopped. This is lap 13 and Max Verstappen has stopped on the circuit. Disaster for the young Dutchman. Sorry, Lawrence, I could have crossed you. Sorry cutting across you, but Max Verstappen goes out on lap 13.
好啦，咁見到36號車啊，韋特本咧喺我哋發夾彎之後咧，突然間停咗落嚟，咁啊嘅車有事啦，睇佢拍極都拍唔起啊！一拍唔起咧，即係話副引擎係咁先冧硬啦。咁啊，即係而家咧見到25號車嘅咧呢一個嘅英籍嘅車手咧，就話喬伊納咧就暫時咧未有人追趕到佢。咁啊喺後邊嘅41號車嘅另外一位嘅英籍嘅車手亨利咧，可以話咧就高唱入雲啊！睇下可唔可以穩守住1、2位。第3位置咧就4號嘅實沙奇，第4位置又係英國嘅車手喎，12號車嘅呢個凌樂，睇下可唔可以晉升埋上嚟咧？3位英國車手雄霸呢個 KF1 嘅21個圈，睇下可唔可以過埋第3位置嘅呢個日籍嘅車手咧？就3位嘅英籍嘅車手咧，1、2、3名咧都係佢哋。而家暫時咧第3名就係日籍嘅車手，第4名先係英籍車手，第5名咧就係呢一個嘅西班牙嘅呢個17號嘅車手咧，阿柏道。哇！第5名字咧2號嘅呢一個嘅金普尼斯基咧已經咧由頭先第30位已經進佔咗喺第5位置，佢一路上升緊，可唔可以追到較前位置咧？大家拭目以待。
Well, Lawrence getting excited because Flavio Camponeschi has driven from last up into 5th place. If you're tuned in to CIK TV in the United Kingdom, if you're a karting Brit, you can feel proud because in the lead is Tom Joyner. In 2nd place is Ben Hanley. 3rd is a Japanese driver, Daiki Sasaki, but Jordan Lennox Lamb, the 3rd of the Brits, is 4th. Only 3 British drivers racing in this competition, and those 3 drivers are in the top 4 places at the moment. Joyner leads from Hanley. Sasaki of Japan 3rd, been racing cars most of this year, not been racing a lot of karts. Jordan Lennox Lamb 4th, Flavio Camponeschi 5th, Pedro Hiltbrand 6th, Andy Chang of Macau 7th, Kasai Japan 8th, Tieni of Italy a non-finisher in race 1 earlier today. Felice Tieni, second in the championship standings coming into this meeting. He's in 9th place, and starting last with Flavio Campaneschi, 4 times world champion David Foré is into the top 10 at number 10. Just outside the top 10, the lady, Teresa Gromanova. This is lap 17.
好，我哋見到咧就係Who's the lady number 6 right？
Teresa Gromanova is the lady.
咁啊，然後6號車咧，我哋位女車手啊，塔尼莎咧就係嚟自捷克嘅，咁啊佢而家都唔錯喺第11嘅位置。咁啊，其他嘅位置咧係1至10嘅位置咧都上下變動唔係太大，反而咧見到咧係只係2號車咧就一路咧係向呢一個嘅冠亞季軍嗰方面咧去追逐，睇下可唔可以排喺較前。而家佢已經喺進佔咧就喺第5位置嘅追緊。呢個日籍嘅車手，哇！而家前3位嘅位置咧，都係英國嘅車手，分別咧就25號車嘅係喬伊納，第2位置咧41號嘅亨利，哇！2號車嘅呢個意大利嘅車手咧，金保尼斯基咧已經係進行緊喺第2個位置啦，向住25號車嘅呢一個喬伊納咧就係追緊佢，睇嚟有冇機會咧？因為佢嘅時間係相當之快㗎嚇，係做到45秒45幾，而頭車咧都係做到45秒7幾㗎，咁啊所以咧有機會進佔喺第1位。我哋再有幾個圈嘅啫，因為而家已經咧係喺17個圈進入第18個圈。
Well, the reason Lawrence was getting excited, Flavio Campaneschi, non-starter in race 1, started last in race 2, he's up into 2nd place. Here he is, coming into 2nd place, Flavio Campaneschi. Tom Joyner's gone through, Lawrence. Flavio Campaneschi is 2nd, Jordan Lennox-Lamb 3rd. So we've now got Ben Hanley dropping to 5th place. Daiki Sasaki has gone past, but Hildebrand having, and that's a close dice between Hildebrand and Tieni. Not sure what we were seeing on CIK TV, but as I looked out of the window, that looked just a little bit hairy. Now, one of our front runners blowing a lot of blue smoke out the back there. Hope that that's just a little bit of oil that's just burnt off and not a major problem. Looks as if the problem, such as it was, may have gone. In the meantime, Tom Joyner, his lead is over 4 1/4 seconds. He sets off on lap 20 of 21. In 2nd place, Flavio Campaneschi. 3rd place, Jordan Lennox-Lamb. 4th is Sasaki. 5th is Hanley. 6th is Hiltbrand. 7th, Tieni. 8th is Kasai. 9th is Foré. And we're here in Macau, and Andy Chang from Macau is in the top 10 at number 10.
咁啊，而家見到阿聰哥咧已經咧喺第6位置，一路跌下俾阿後段咧都唔緊要，前10個位置繼續努力，唔好理佢，再揼翻快啲咁多嚇。咁啊前10個位置咧，聰哥咧排第10冇問題，希望咧一路咧就頂住下嚇。好啦，而家前10名嘅位置咧，分別25號嘅呢個喬伊納。第2位置咧就2號嘅呢個金保尼斯基，第3位置咧就12號車嘅呢一個凌樂，咁第4位置咧就4號嘅呢個 Sasaki， 第5位置咧就41號嘅 Henry， 第6位置咧就14號嘅呢個費尼斯，第7位置咧就20號嘅呢一個科爾，第8位置咧就7號嘅呢個立井，第9位置咧就17號車，哇跌到架後啦8度，第10位置咧另外一位車手啦。
So Tom Joyner with just 4 more turns to go. There's one of them. He's in a huge lead. He's heading for a Saturday double here at Macau. Rounds 1 and 2. Sweeping onto the home straight. 21 laps gone. Tom Joyner from the United Kingdom wins it. In 2nd place from last is Flavio Campaneschi. What a drive. In 3rd place, Jordan Lennox-Lamb. 4th is Daiki Sasaki. 5th is Ben Hanley. 6th is Felice Tieni. 7th is David Foré from the back row with Flavio Campaneschi. 8th is Kasai of Japan. 9th is Hiltbrand of Spain. A little bit unlucky for Hiltbrand. He perhaps deserved better than that, but finishes 9th. And I'm pretty sure that it was Shirashai, the Japanese driver, Shiraishi perhaps I should say, Yuta Shiraishi, finishing in the top 10. We did lose Andy Chang out of the top 10, he fell to 13th, but it was still a great drive by the youngster from here in Macau. But what can you say about today's racing? 2 words. Tom Joyner. Who won race 1? Tom Joyner. Who's just won race 2? Tom Joyner. But hey, the drive of the race, how about Flavio Camponeschi from the very back row into 2nd place. And well done also to Jordan Lennox-Lamb, a good drive into 3rd place. Well guys, we don't want you to go home, we want you to go to the podium, because in the next 5 or 10 minutes we shall have the podium ceremony for both race 1 and race 2.
好啦，咁我哋咧呢一場嘅第2節嘅 KF1 嘅賽事咧，經過21圈嘅賽事咧，已經係順利完成。咁啊結果咧，25號車嘅呢位嘅車手咧，就係阿喬伊納咧，順利啊蟬聯2個回合嘅呢個都係冠軍。咁啊一陣間咧，我哋可以咧想見佢紅風咧，大家可以去到呢個頒獎台上面。頒獎台咧就喺我哋嘅